I think a lot of people are intimidated by steak because of the whole doneness temperature thing. But contrary to popular legend, it doesn't have anything to do with the phases of the moon. Nope, you can actually tell doneness by feeling the meat, or you can take its temperature.
That is Alton Brown back in 1999, hosting the very first episode of his popular cooking show, Good Eats. Wow. The James Beard and Peabody Award winner is out with a brand new book today. It's called Food for Thought. It's a collection of essays that blend Alton's personality and professional experiences with his very unique insights into the culinary world. Alton Brown, thank you very much for joining us.
I am so glad to be here.
You're a man with opinions, with takes, with a forceful personality. I appreciate
forceful personality. I like that. Yes.
I like every part of that. But why write a book though? You weren't planning to write a book of essays.
I was not planning on writing a book. I was repairing a typewriter. The typewriter that's on the cover of the book had a stuck key. I was lubricating it, and I needed to put some paper through the typewriter to kind of work things out. And so I just started typing. And it became the first essay of this book.
Now, allegedly, you didn't think you had anything to say, but of course you had something to say.
Yeah. No, when people said, you should write a book like this, I said, no, I don't have anything to say. And my wife, who's standing right over there, famously said, well, if you don't have anything to say, why is it you never stop talking?
Go, Elizabeth.
I think that this book was an invitation by my wife to just shut up for a minute.
But I like what Tony said. He's a man of many opinions. For instance, kitchen tables should be rectangle, not circle. Disagree, because I think they should be round.
But see, we're already fighting about it. We're already fighting about it.
I totally disagree
you like
with
round
you.
tables.
You said it should be armless chairs. You say hamburger may be American, but roast turkey is America itself.
Yes, that is true. The roast turkey is
love that
America.
chapter, by the way.
Your least favorite food trend is elevating comfort food.
I don't want my comfort food elevated. It's comforting because nobody messed with it. Yeah. Don't elevate my comfort.
I just want to hit a couple, but can't negotiate with children when it comes to food because they're terrorists.
Absolutely.
And we don't negotiate with terrorists.
No, you cannot negotiate with terrorists. You either have to kill them or trick them to do what you want. And the first one is very problematic. Yeah. So the best thing is to use psychological warfare to get them to do what you want.
And the thing I really like, Chef, because you said you hate people being called Chef Don or Chef Ron or Chef Bob. It's a very annoying use of the term, he said, because you don't hear Dr. Don or Electrician Erica.
Electrician Erica, I have never
Why don't you like chef? Yeah.
I think because chef is a word that we have simply used in food media to explain why anyone has a white jacket. And certainly in food media, we need it, and especially with competition food, you need more chefs, right? And so half of these people aren't chefs. Half of these people don't know the sharp end of a knife. But we're going to call them chef because then it makes the audience think, oh, well, then they've cast the finest culinarians in the
Alton,
land.
there are two kinds of food, good food and bad food.
Yes, good food and bad food. Only two kinds of food,
okay.
And they're all poop in 12 hours. So, and that's important. It's an important distinction because the destination is the same.
That is true. We want to address something that happened a little bit earlier in the show.
Oh, yes.
It's the elephant in the room, and by elephant, I mean Tony.
Yes.
So I want you to check out Tony's earlier take about Taylor Swift being able to bake her own Pop-Tarts. Check this out.
Is Taylor Swift unwrapping Pop-Tarts and calling them homemade?
No,
What's happening
no,
here?
she does cook. No,
Tony's
she does.
not popping open the silver foil and putting it in the
Travis
toaster.
is like, you made this?
No, she actually does cook. She actually does
like
make
homemade Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, for him. I think
that's actually
great.
a complicated pastry maneuver. We'll talk to Alton Brown, I guess, about it later, but that's not an easy thing.
She's multi-talented, Tony.
It's hard to make a Pop-Tart. You can't just make a Pop-Tart.
Nate, I remember, but she can. She bakes all sorts of stuff.
No shot.
She's
no shot.
Why are you such a hater?
I know what goes on. You can't.
He's been drinking the hater.
All right, so we have food for thought. I want your thought on food.
Yes.
How do you feel about Tony's take?
Look, Pop-Tarts start in the home, okay? They're not hard to make. Is it harder than opening a foil pouch? Yes, it is. It involves more. But it isn't difficult. The main thing is the people that try to do it, try to like hack it out of other things. You can't just take pie dough and make a Pop-Tart. You make a mess.
Right.
So it has to be its own dough, but it's not a hard thing to do. And the great thing is if you make them right, you freeze them. right? And then they go straight into the toaster. That's kind of the whole point. It's a convenience food once it's made.
So, Alton Brown, your theory is that Taylor Swift is making a freezer to toaster to Travis plate Pop-Tart.
I do not believe that Taylor Swift has ever touched a Pop-Tart. I think she purchased a factory to make Pop-Tarts specifically
for
her boyfriend. No, she's not
bad.
purchased it.
Oh, you're bad.
No, and maybe they've got a few on the jet.
No.
I think,
guys, she notoriously is known for baking.
Maybe she has a few on the jets.
That she enjoys baking.
That woman's
Do you even know Taylor Swift?
No, I've not met Taylor Swift, but I've looked at her legs. Those aren't the legs of a baker. Those are legs of somebody that says, oh my gosh, that looks good. No.
Taylor, we love you. We believe you.
I'm a top 5 global Spotify Taylor.
Tony, you don't have to keep saying it. We know you listen to Taylor Swift.
This is also a lie.
Person.
Show me your phone. I want to see your Spotify
We did a whole
account.
segment on it a year ago. All right? Don't worry.
Oh my God.
I think she's serving peanut butter and jelly.
That's Alton Brown and that's Tony Dokoupil, right to them, because they're both wrong. Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you.
This is so bad. No.
Tony.
I am outraged.
End the show.
Wrapping it up.
Alton Brown, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so glad that we got to relive.
Food for thought is on
Get the book. It's amazing.
Yes, the book is good.